Hello, everyone. It's Connor Quinn here, along with my co-host Blake Newsom, who's usually host. But I'm doing it. I did the last show too as host, and I'm also doing this one. And tonight at 7:30, the Hawks battle the Cavaliers. And the Cavaliers are favored by 13 points to win the game. And I think that's too much of a margin for them to be favored. What about you, Blake? Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. I think it should be more of like an 8 to 10 point spread because uh in the NBA, unless it's like the top seed versus like the last seed, I don't think it's like then you can usually have a 13 point favor like that, but the Hawks are not even close to being the last seed in the NBA. So I believe it should be at least like 6 to 10 ish of like how the spread should be for the favoring, and on Sunday afternoon at 3:30, LeBron and the Cavs come to Atlanta to play the Hawks, and that game is at 3:30 in the afternoon, and I'm pretty sure the Cavaliers are favored in that game too. I could go check. Um, there's it's all right. So yeah, well, Blake said and everything. And LeBron and company come on Sunday to Atlanta at Phillips Arena. The game is at 3:30 p.m. tip off. That's when tip off is shortly after 3:30, and there's not, and I'm sure the Cavaliers are favored in that game. There's not really any specific favor yet, but there will be in the next day or two, I believe. Okay. Yep. Yes, that was we had a show last night. If you guys want to go check that out on YouTube, and we that was a really good game. The Hawks played their hearts out, especially in the first half and in the third quarter when they were leading 83-63 at one point, up by 20, and they started to lose momentum towards the end when the Boston Celtics kind of closed the margin up a little bit, made it a closer game, and that was the key factor to how the Hawks pulled out and won the game when it was getting close towards the end. What are your thoughts on that, Blake? Yes. Yes, I did hear what you said. I thought that like how you kind of said about how um like how I kind of said earlier about how the momentum kind of shifted to the Boston side a little bit, but the Hawks still were able to dominate the glass and the boards, and they were able to get the W last night, and just how the momentum coming, because that was a much needed win coming into tonight's game against the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron and Kyrie Irving with how they're rolling, but they've been struggling the past few games just a little bit. They on Wednesday night they beat the Boston Celtics in Boston, and then Boston flew to Atlanta to play us, and we beat them obviously. But I think that LeBron is like knows about this, and he knows that we helped them out about like pushing Boston back a little bit in the loss column in the seedings, and I think that LeBron is taking advantage of that and trying to get the win tonight against Atlanta. Yeah. I've got Paul Millsap or Dennis Schroeder to get it done. You got Dennis. He's played well against the Cavaliers in recent games, and so is Paul Millsap. He's controlled LeBron James just a little bit and not letting him get it wide open to shoot the basketball. Yeah. But a lot of times he does guard LeBron James though, like when Kent Bazemore isn't on the floor. Yes, I do agree with that 100%. And oh, I don't really have anything else to say. Is that make sure to watch the game. It'll be a good matchup, and make sure if you can, we'll also watch the game on Sunday when they come back to Atlanta. And make sure that you pay close attention to either Kent Bazemore guarding, or just like Kent Bazemore guarding LeBron James, or if it's Paul Millsap, and make sure you watch LeBron and see how he does, and see how the Hawks react to losing them last time they played each other. What are your final thoughts, Blake, on how do you think this game will go? Well, getting back to what you said about the more important game here against the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think they're closely related of which one is more important to how their playoff seeding tonight. I would say because it's a tougher position to play on the road, especially up in Cleveland where it's really loud. The fans are really into it, and they won't stop chanting "Let's go Cavs" and being loud. Yeah, and everything, yeah. And how it's harder to play on the road in just about any league, like it is in the NFL, the Major League Baseball, MLS, and NHL, and all those other leagues. And I just think that the Hawks will have to stick to the game plan tonight, contain LeBron and Kyrie Irving to make sure they don't get a wide open to shoot the basketball. And I think they will be a good job. Do you have any final thoughts, Blake, before we wrap this up? All right, thank you guys so much thank you guys so much for listening to this video. Enjoy the game tonight. If you and also make sure you pay attention to how LeBron um is reacts against the Hawks press defense, and also watch the game on Sunday. Okay, so those are two components that wait, what's Dennis Schroeder's injury? Oh, foot. That's right. And I guess they're resting Dwight Howard today. He had a really good game last night as well, as along with Torian Prince, who's Jordan picked as his player of the game last night against Boston. Yes. Hope. Yeah. I. Yeah. Yes, and I was listening to the radio on my way back from the airport, and I heard Muscala. They're all pretty much the whole team played well, and I think that they will play well against tonight. But we'll have to wait and see. They'll either come up just a little bit short, or it'll be a close win if they do. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. Enjoy the game tonight. Go Hawks. This is the Atlanta Team Sports Center. Thank you so much for listening.